In the previous lecture, I added login functionality to our authentication system. In this lecture, I am going to create a layout file for dashboard, edit profile and change password pages because all of these pages will have a common left sidebar. And in this lecture, I am going to complete edit profile functionality for logged in user. So first of all, let's create a layout file for dashboard, edit profile and change password pages. I will create the file under resources, views and profile folder, and the file name will be profile-layout.blade.php, and our profile layout will also extend our main layout because our dashboard, edit profile and change password pages will also require this navbar and this footer. Let's add some codes to our profile layout.blade.php file. This is the left sidebar which is common for dashboard, edit profile and change password pages, which consist dashboard, edit profile and change password links. Let's add a section called profile from here, and now let's open our dashboard page. You can see our dashboard page is now extending main layout. So let's extend our profile layout from dashboard page. This is the profile folder and this is the file name, profile-layout.blade.php. We do not need to provide .layout.php here. Now if I open our profile layout, you can see the section name is profile. So let's add section profile here. Now let's add some code to our dashboard page. I added a bootstrap card here. This is card header and this is card body. Now let's refresh our dashboard page. You can see there is a left sidebar and this is the right content. Now you can see when I am hovering on this link, there is an underline. And first of all, let's add an active class to this dashboard link because I am on the dashboard page. So this dashboard link should be active. We already added active class according to the current route name. If I open my main layout.blade.php file, you can see I added dynamically an active class to this link by checking current route name. So in our profile layout, I also check the current route name. So I am checking if current route name is dashboard. That means if we are on the dashboard page, then I will add an active class to this dashboard link. How can we get the current route name? We already used it. Request route get name. It will return as the current route name. And if the current route name is dashboard, then I am adding active class to this li. Now if I refresh the page, you can see this li is active, and I am unable to see the text here because the color of the text, I mean anchor text, and the color of the anchor, I mean active li is also blue. So let's add some CSS for our profile navbar. So let's open our style.css file which is under public CSS folder, and let's add these styles here. You can see for the profile nav anchor tag, the text decoration will be none because I don't want underline on hovering these links, and the the color of the active li anchor text is white. Now if I refresh the page, you can see we are now able to see the text here. Now let's add dashboard link to the href of this link. Now let's open our profile layout and let's add our dashboard link here. Refresh the page, click on this dashboard. you can see page is refreshing. Now let's add two URL. One is for edit profile and one is for the action URL of our edit profile form, because we need to complete the edit profile functionality. On profile/edit profile link, I will display the edit profile form and it will execute edit underscore profile method in our profile controller. I did not create the method yet, I will create in a while. And let's add another route for the action URL for our edit profile form. The method will be put because we will update users record. That's why I'm giving the method put method here, and it will execute update profile method of our profile controller. The route name will be update profile. Now let's open our profile controller and then let's add edit profile and update profile method inside profile controller. Public function edit underscore profile and then public function update profile. Let's get request object as a parameter here, and now I need to create a view file because we need to display the edit profile form. So let's create a view file under resources views profile folder, edit profile.blade.php, and our edit profile form page will also extend our profile layout. And then let's add edit profile form to our edit profile view file. Let's give a ID to this form, edit profile form. Now let's return this view file from our profile controller's edit profile method. Return view. Our view file is under profile folder and the file name is edit underscore profile.blade.php. We do not need to provide .blade.php here. Now if I visit profile/edit profile, you can see our edit profile form is rendering. Now let's add edit profile link to this edit profile link and add an active class to this link. So let's open profile layout. First of all, let's add an active class to this edit profile li tag. If the route name is edit underscore profile, then there will be an active class to this li, and then let's add href to this anchor tag. What is the route name for our edit profile? That is edit profile. Now if I check by refreshing the page, you can see we are on the edit profile page and our edit profile link is active. We can navigate to our dashboard and edit profile page by clicking on this link. Now let's add validation rules for this edit profile form. I will add client side and server side validation rules. First of all, let's create a JS file under public JS folder. Let's create profile.js file and then let's include the JS file inside our main layout. This is how we added our auth.js file. Similarly, I will add our profile.js file inside our main layout file. And then let's open our profile.js file, and we already added validation rules in our registration forms for our registration forms in auth.js file. So let's copy this codes from here and let's use for the edit profile form. In our edit profile form, there will be first name and last name field. In your case, there may be contact number and gender or city, country that's like of stuffs in your edit profile form as per your project requirement, but for demonstration I am only adding first name and last name in our edit profile form. What is the ID of our edit profile form? If I check, the ID is edit profile form, so let's copy the ID and then let's provide the ID here. We do not need to replace the error in our edit profile form. Now if I refresh the form or refresh the page and try to submit the form, you can see our client side validation is working. Now let's add server side validations for our edit profile form. Let's open our auth controller. Inside our post register method, I already added validation rules during registration process, so let's copy these rules and let's paste it here. Our first name and last name field will be required, and minimum of 2 characters and max of 100 characters. Now if I save the file and let's disable our client side validation, because we need to check our server side validation is working or not. So let's disable our client side validation, refresh the form, refresh the page and submit the form without inputting any value. Okay, the route method is not supported. So if I check my edit profile page, you can see I did not provided any action URL to this form. What is the action URL of our edit profile form? I already created a action URL route for our edit profile form. You can see the route name is update profile. So let's provide the route name inside action URL of our edit profile form, and the route method will be put. So we need to override the method for our edit profile form because the route method is put. You can see the route method is put. So in Laravel we can override the method like this way: @method, then the method name inside quotation. Now let's refresh the page and try to submit the form without inputting any value. You can see we are redirecting back, but we are not getting any error messages because I did not display any error messages for server side validations. Okay, so let's copy the code from our login.blade.php file, which is under auth folder. You can see we already added validation rules during login functionality. So let's copy the code, and I'm checking if there is any error for the first name field. Then I am displaying the first error of first name field, and then I will check if there is any error for the last name field. Then I will display the first error of last name field. Now if I refresh the page and try to submit the form without inputting value, you can see our server side validation is working and the validation messages is displaying. Now I need to populate the users data because I need to populate we need to give a value to this input field by logged in users data. Okay, so first of all let's pass logged in user data to this view page. So how can we get the logged in user data? We can get logged in user data by auth helper, auth user. In this way we can get the currently logged in user data. Let's pass this data to our edit profile view page. So let's create a data array and then let's store user variable to this user key of this data array, and then let's pass this data array to this view file. That's why we can pass data from our controller to our view page. So this user variable will be accessible to our edit profile.blade.php file. Now let's add value to this input field. First of all I will check if there is any old value for this first name, then I will display the old value as value of this input field, and if there is no old value for this input field, then I will display users data, I mean users first name, logged in users first name data. Similarly for the last name field, I will check if there is any old value for last name field, then I will display old value for last name field, or I will display, or I mean I will populate users last name value. Now if I refresh the page, you can see the first name and last name of the user, I mean for the last name and first name of the logged in user is populating inside our input field. Now let's enable our client side validations. And let's check the validation are working or not. You can see validations are working. Now let's update users record. We can update currently logged in user data in this way. I am updating first name and last name, so I will write first name and I will update the first name by request first name value, and I will update last name by request last name, I mean whatever the data user is submitting. And then I will return the user back to edit profile page with an success class message. So return redirect, I will return the user back to edit profile route with a success message. Profile successfully updated. Now if I refresh the page and change the first name and last name and submit the form, you can see profile successfully updated and our data is also updated. If I check my database, you can see first name and last name is updated. I think you understand how we can update currently logged in user data. In the next lecture, I will work on change password functionality and logout functionality. So stay connected.